Are you back home?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Back home.
Have a nice trip.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm tired. They were up all night, and then also like I have a weird sore throat. It's like my left throat is sore.
Yeah.
And it almost feels like I have a cavity in my back tooth, but I don't. I purposely stuck the finger on the back of my throat just to make sure it was my throat and not my tooth, because it was kind of hard to tell. But it's definitely my throat. It just feels weird.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like sore throats are like the worst part of like a cold.
Yes.
Type thing. Oh God.
Yes.
I mean, you have to swallow your saliva. You have to drink fluids. You have to eat something, and all of that is fucking torture.
I'm double fisting tea and coffee right now, so.
Iced tea and iced coffee?
No, double fisting tea and coffee.
Oh,
what do you mean
God.
iced tea? Where'd you get iced tea from?
Because your fucking throat is hurting. That's why I'm like, why would you drink hot fluids?
What are you talking about? Hot fluids is fucking amazing with sore throats.
Not to me. I mean, I've had hot toddies with them, and I think it burns too much.
Oh well, I think you're high, apparently, because
I wish
it feels fantastic, yo.
Oh man, well,
oh, I got something for you.
What do you got?
Actually, do the intro.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to LR Mornings with Kyle and Jammer. I'm Kyle.
I'm Jammer. I have something for you, and I know how much you love Sony. Like Sony is your shit.
I was already ready to talk about this.
I know you're ready to talk about this, but yeah, this is so for those who don't know, he doesn't like Sony at all.
No.
He does
not Sony Pictures.
Correct, Sony Pictures.
Yeah.
So Sony Pictures is you don't like them. Why don't you like them? First of all,
they don't make a lot of good movies, and they've really fucked with Spider-Man. I mean, they just really, really fuck with Spider-Man. I mean, ever since Spider-Man 3, the two Amazing Spider-Man films, and this weird deal that they made with
assuming
Marvel.
Apart from this deal, because this deal is just a rumor.
Yes.
So what is it you don't like about them? Like, you didn't get specific enough. You just named movies.
I don't. They don't have a lot of really good movies, and I don't like the way they fuck with Spider-Man. That's it. I cannot stand them for what they do with Spider-Man.
That's it. That's it.
Yes.
They gave you like 3 okay Spider-Man movies, and you're freaking out on them.
Yeah, I'm freaking out on them because they also
I thought it would be something good.
They gave 3 fucking terrible Spider-Man movies.
I thought it would be like something a little more substantive. Like, you don't like the fact that they rely so heavily on franchises, and they resort to stuff like the Emoji Movie, or they're constantly doing stuff like rebooting.
I would rather them fuck with shit like the Emoji Movie than Ghostbusters and Spider-Man.
Okay. Wow. I thought maybe you had like a nice reason, but
no, they fuck with 2 of my favorite things.
So here is the deal. Here is a rumor, courtesy of the Industry Insider newsletter, The Ankler, from Richard Rushfield. This is I already said it, Industry Insider type newsletter. Obviously, it's based in rumor, but it's relatively reliable. I don't know if it has a 100% track record. Probably not. I don't think anyone does. But it is interesting to think about. So here is what they said. So first of all, this comes on the heels of Spider-Man Far From Home hitting theaters. Been out for a week. It's made over $600 million worldwide. Is that correct? Something around there.
Yes.
So it's doing really well for itself. Good job, Spidey. You're doing great. However, apparently, Marvel Universe dodged a bullet, as it says. The original Sony/Marvel/Spidey deal to co-produce these movies stipulated that if this Spidey cleared $1 billion, Marvel would oversee a third. If it hadn't, full control would have reverted back to Sony, which raised the specter that America's most beloved entertainment executive would look to cash in and out every way possible, as well as grab complete, unexpurgated credit for the victory and thrown superhero canon to the wind. Not something he was ever a fan of in the first place. It was feared he would have tossed Spidey and Venom together for a quickie mashup, and that very potentially could have sunk both. So the first half, I think, is clear enough. Spidey was supposed to clear, according to this guy, the contract stipulated that for Spider-Man Far From Home, which I'm assuming is indicated as like the second standalone movie in the contract, would be required to break $1 billion in order for them to consider moving forward with, I guess, a contract renewal of sorts. Right. And the second half of this is really kind of confusing because he's not using names. I'm assuming, does he mean Avi Arad here, you think?
I think potentially, because he says he, and none of the description sounds like Feige, who's very meticulous and deliberate with everything, and Feige wouldn't do anything just for a quick buck or victory.
I'm going to try to translate this. It's like, which raised the specter that America's most beloved entertainment executive. So basically, it raised fear that Avi Arad would look to cash in and out every way possible, as well as grab complete credit for the victory. I don't know what victory they're referring to. I mean, victory.
Are they talking about like the actual original Marvel deal? Like, hey, we'll give you guys Marvel,
maybe,
even though we're still in control. And he grabs victory because it does well because it's in the MCU.
Right, maybe. And thrown superhero canon to the wind, which I'm assuming means that, well, he's not in this movie. He's in this next movie with Venom. Basically meaning that Spidey could exit the MCU and then jump straight into the Venom-verse, and they can basically have a quickie mashup that would result in some money, some box office money, but would basically tank both franchises. That's what it sounds like. It's a very poorly worded sentence or couple of sentences. But yeah. So first of all, here is the first question. Do you believe this rumor?
Hold on. That was awesome. That's great podcast radio right there. Sneezing.
That was a wet one too.
I believe it's possible. I'm not going to spoil Spider-Man, but you and I both know the ending of Spider-Man leaves a way for him to
it's not conducive to him exiting the MCU.
Well, it can be though. It would be a hard exit, as in like a hard drop, not hard to do, because you remember the end of the film, they could easily use that to lead him to a different city. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, so here's the deal. Let's go ahead and talk spoilers. So if you haven't seen Spider-Man Far From Home or the post-credit scenes, you should stop listening. So hold on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So at the end, his identity is revealed by Mysterio to be Peter Parker. Yep. And yeah, I could see this go into a standalone movie, right? And actually, I do wonder, like, I could see this perfectly leading into like almost a bounty hunter type movie.
Yep.
Or like a
Kraven the Hunter.
Yep, Kraven the Hunter. And that's a pretty cool idea overall. I just want it to take place within the MCU. Can you imagine like Kraven, maybe Scorpion, and a couple other people and stuff? It almost
forming the Sinister Six, maybe for a fourth film where they kill him and Miles takes over in 4. And yeah, I mean, I could see shit like that, but I can also see.
I don't want them to kill them. That would suck.
I can also see where they say Spider-Man has to go on the run and he ends up in San Francisco with Tom Hardy's Venom. If Sony takes their fucking ball and goes home with this, like that's what I'm saying. Like the ending of the movie, it would suck, but everybody's so focused on, well, it obviously is set up for the MCU. Yes, it's obviously set up for the MCU, but it's also set up in such a way that they could take Spider-Man on the run from New York, just like Eddie's on the run from New York, and send him over to San Francisco.
Right. Yeah.
And boom, now you've got Spider-Man in the Venom, in the SUMC, in the Venom-verse, whatever you want to fucking call it. And Marvel is SOL. And that idea scares the shit out of me.
Yeah. That basically they'd go in, they'd be like, okay, well, thank you very much, or we're going to go ahead and take this ball. We're going to play hard on our field, or on our court, for example, and then basically probably accidentally lance the ball and destroy the game altogether. But we'll make some money along the way, so it'll be all good.
Yeah. Because I could see Tom Holland's Spider-Man in a Venom movie or Venom in a Tom Holland Spider-Man film, but not with the MCU. I could easily see that clearing $800 million worldwide. But here's the thing, man. If this rumor is true, and I believe that there's some credence to it because we haven't heard about a contract renewal, and we're at the end of the original contract that we know of. You know, the 5 films, 3 Avengers and 2 solo films. One of those Avengers movies being Captain America: Civil War. We haven't heard anything new about this contract deal. The movie ends with the potential to be on the run in New York, be on the run outside of New York. I think there's some... I believe there's some truth to this. But here's the thing. Somebody in the credits pointed out stuff like merchandising rights and comic books and things like that. And Marvel has
Somebody
played
in the credits said that?
Not the credit. It's our comments. Our comments section. Marvel has used the weight of their comics publishing to kind of fuck over a studio before. They did it with Fox. They limited Fantastic Four and X-Men comics. They limited toys, and I mean that can hurt, right?
Yeah.
Spider-Man, though, is like Marvel's #1 seller, so to laud that over Sony, like, if you take your ball and go home, we're not going to publish Spider-Man comics or Spider-Man toys or anything. I don't see them doing that. Maybe limiting toys.
To be
based
fair,
on any
Marvel
Sony
Studios
movies.
is its own entity and is completely separate from the operations of Marvel Entertainment, who has the comic book rights. So
Right,
it's not
right, but
quite.
Disney owns everything.
They
and
do.
Disney could be like, hey, we're going to pull, like they did with X-Men and Fantastic Four comics. And toys.
Yeah, but that was a different era. That was like before the Marvel Studios was like firmly established as its own thing. Like it existed, but it wasn't under Alan Horn yet. That didn't happen until a few years ago. That it was under Marvel Entertainment for a while.
Right, but they were fucking around with Fox on the Fantastic Four since that Fantastic Four movie.
Yes, they were.
Since 2015.
Since before that.
Yeah.
Before, when Marvel Entertainment was a part, was
okay.
included Marvel Studios, is what I'm saying. My saying is that the Marvel Studios is now more independent than it used to be back in that time.
Right.
So I'm not sure how easy. Obviously, they're both Disney properties, so it's possible. But I'm not sure how simpatico Marvel Studios is with Marvel Entertainment when it comes to the rights of specific comics.
Right, and part of what I'm saying is it wouldn't be a good idea because of how good of a seller Spider-Man is for Disney and Marvel, whether it's studios or entertainment or whatever. So I don't know if they can actually hold that over their head. Like the guy in the comment was saying, Sony would be really dumb to do that because of all these rights, and Marvel could take those rights. I don't think Marvel, Disney, whoever, would never not sell Spider-Man shit. So it's all interesting. I think there's some truth to it. I think there might be a little bit of a battle going on, but I do believe this. I believe if Sony says we're taking Spider-Man, he's not in the MCU, or he's in the MCU, but we're not going to do an MCU movie, we're going to do a Venom movie with him, I think there would be some severe fan backlash, at least here in North America. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, but Sony's done stupider shit in the past. So I don't know. I guess I'm at this point where I don't underestimate Sony making these decisions, these short-term decisions, short-sighted decisions. I guess maybe I'm cynical, saying that they're not that stupid. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they kind of are. Like maybe I'm wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me if they did. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if they were that stupid. It wouldn't surprise me if they overlooked the potential backlash. It wouldn't surprise me if they just wanted to make a quick buck. It wouldn't surprise me. Many different things. Like a lot of things just would not surprise me. Like about, and it's not even just Sony. It's just corporate business. You know, people in suits who don't really understand things, making decisions because they're just looking at the bottom line and realizing, oh, well, I'm retiring in 4 years, and if I do this deal now, I get more money than I would
Yeah.
if I stuck around with this new contract where they're taking X amount of dollars and we're only taking this amount of dollars. So clearly, in the short run, I'll make out better this way. You know, it's all in self-interest and stuff. So, that would not surprise me. Whether or not this is true, I could not say. I don't know anything in regards to the contract specifics. I don't have any source who knows anything about that. Nor I'm not even sure I would trust any source if they were to tell me specifics of the contract, because that stuff is so layered. Even if you had someone who had access to the contract, I'm not entirely sure I would trust anyone to interpret it who wasn't a lawyer. So who knows? Who knows what sort of stipulations they have? It wouldn't surprise me if they did. That being said, it also wouldn't surprise me if they get to like $950 million and they're like, you know what? Good enough. Let's do a third movie.
Yeah. This movie definitely we'll see what the second week results are. But it's doing well. I mean, it really is, especially for a movie that opened up on a fucking it set a Tuesday record. Like, not just an opening Tuesday, but an all Tuesday record. And this Tuesday was not a fucking holiday either. This was just a regular fucking Tuesday in July. You know, this is July 2nd.
It was leading into July 4th though.
Leading into it, but most people aren't off work yet on that Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? And to bring in $39 million on a Tuesday, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, the movie's doing really well for itself.
And to still almost make $100 million on its first 3-day weekend, even though it had already been out for 4 days.
Yeah, like the movie's doing really well, and it's being pretty well received. I think it's a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. I do think there is a little bit of... I'm curious, have you heard other impressions of it? Did you listen by chance to Breaking Geek Radio, the podcast where they talked about it?
No, I didn't catch that one yet.
Nick liked it. Jonesy
Nick likes everything.
He does. Jonesy and Tanya were more lukewarm on it. They liked it, but they're like they clearly wanted to like it more. It's something they're like, I liked it. It was fun. There was only a few things that I didn't really care for, but it wasn't like it wasn't necessarily worth going to the theater for them.
I wholeheartedly disagree.
Yeah, I disagree as well.
I think the second and third act.
They have some problems with Mysterio. And his motivations and stuff. I don't. And they also have a problem with the fact that it's another villain that is steeped in Tony Stark mythology.
You see, that's like the most common complaint that I hear about it.
Yeah.
And I for a second there, I forgot we were in spoiler territory, so that it's fine. Yeah. I don't mind it. I don't mind
it either. I like it, actually.
I don't, because Tony was a fuck up. And that's one of the best scenes in that movie where, you know, Happy's talking about it. You know, Tony was all messed up, and even he, you know, manages to do the right thing every now and then. So you fucked up, you messed up, but you talking to Spider-Man, but you can fucking do this, you can do it, you know. It's got an A from Cinema Score, which is really good. I mean, word of mouth is mostly positive in this film. I think the second and third act, from the time he hands over the glasses to the end of the movie, I think that's the best Spider-Man movie ever made, at least live action. I know.
So from the basically halfway through on. Yeah,
like I said, the second and third act, give or take a few minutes, but yeah, halfway point. I think that's amazing. And then once Spidey realizes the mistake he's made, and we get the hallucination illusion scene with Mysterio, you know, where he's pretending to be Nick Fury and shit, like, oh my God, that is just, it's everything I ever wanted to see after seeing Mysterio in comics and fucking the cartoon.
I just remember. Go ahead.
And even the games. I have literally been waiting for this moment since walking out of the theater after seeing Spider-Man 1, the original 2002 Raimi film. I have literally been waiting for Mysterio for 17 god-awful years.
How do you feel about the fact that they killed him?
It's okay. I think Jake does such a good job, and the type of character Mysterio is, I would love to see him come back as Quentin Beck, but it's somebody doing an illusion. So I want to see Jake Gyllenhaal back as Beck, but it turns out it's an illusion, because, you know, they want to keep that going. Maybe it's the guy from Stark Industries that got yelled at by Jeff Bridges. Maybe, you know, the guy that was at the computer. Maybe it's him. and he's just disguised as Jake Gyllenhaal's fucking Quentin Beck. I think that's a cool idea.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it because you could still do that, and I really hope Marvel. I saw Kevin Smith's review, and Smith was like, Marvel's all about going forward. They don't like to look backwards. He doesn't think they're going to use Mysterio again anytime soon, which I can see. But I want to see Mysterio in a Sinister Six type deal.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And it doesn't. It should be Jake Gyllenhaal until the very end, where they reveal that no, Jake's really, Beck's really dead, and it's this other guy. But yeah, that second and third act are great when Peter finally calms down and relies on his spider sense. I think that was one of the coolest superhero fight scenes ever. The way that they did it, the flashes in the dark hallway was really, really cool. I love this film. I cannot wait to go see it again.
As we're seeing the Mysterio illusions and all that, I remember thinking, this is like a villain that could not have existed in any other time period in history. Because if they tried it in like the 90s, it would look stupid. Or
they would not have done the fishbowl and
not just the fishbowl, but I mean they faced like the illusions. They could not have done the illusions. Like
the graphics would not have been there for it whatsoever. The best they could have done would have been like Batman Begins style, like shaky screen and makeup. But
like the Scarecrow type stuff, right?
Yeah. That's like the best that they could have done. But this, having Spider-Man's suit change, his location change, that to me is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life for a comic book movie. I put that scene up against the portal scene from Endgame. I put that scene up against like everything. But that's personal for me. Like I said, I have been the world's biggest Mysterio fan since discovering him in the cartoon and the comics.
Yeah.
And I've waited 17 years. That's half my life, dude. I'm 34 years old. I've waited half my life to see Mysterio on the big screen, and I'll tell you what, I'm really glad it took this long, because if it had been the Raimi films, I don't think it would have been. It would not have been that great.
No, it wouldn't have. It would not have.
And if it had been the Mark Webb films, I really think that Sony would have fucked that shit up, man. I have no faith in them in Spider-Man after Spider-Man 3 and the two Amazing Spider-Man films. And I don't think Sony really was very hands-on with Spider-Verse. I really don't. I think they were like, this is going to cost us a lot. This isn't going to cost us a lot of money. It's a cartoon. We're doing it for a quick buck. And I think that's why it turned out so well, is you didn't have Avi or Pascal's fucking
You mean Avi? You mean Far From Home?
No. I'm talking Spider-Verse. Why?
Spider-Verse, gotcha.
I segued into Spider-Verse. The reason why I think that one did so well is I don't think Sony had a lot of fingers in it. They were like, that's not going to cost us that much money. Go ahead and let them do what they're doing. It's a cartoon.
How much did that cost? Let's see here. Spider-Man. Sure. Oh, let's see here. I can't type today. God damn it. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse budget. 90 million.
90.
Yeah. So relatively modest for a superhero movie. Though I don't even know if that movie made that much money. It didn't do too well at the box office.
It didn't, but it's super critically acclaimed, and I think the sequel will probably push 600 million easily. I think the sequel will almost double.
Oh, look, it made
was on this.
It made $375.5 million, which is it's profitable. It's definitely profitable.
A little bit. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if it's going to push 6. I don't know if it's going to push 100.
You don't think the sequel will?
No.
I think the sequel will push 6, between 5 and 6.
No. I mean, maybe. I think it'll, if it's lucky, it'll do 5. The problem with a lot of animated movies that aren't from Pixar or Disney is they tend to have real diminishing returns. Like you look at the Lego movie, those things faced from the second movie on, it was diminishing returns.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I don't know. Like if once they mess up or once the what's the word? The novelty of the style wears off, I'm not sure if people would be like super enthusiastic to see another one. Yeah, they say they are, and obviously the movie had like a really amazing core aspect to it that goes beyond the stylistic, but I think people a lot of times are shallow and don't realize that, and it's more about the visuals, and that stuff wears off, then they're no longer all about it.
Well, as of right now, Spider-Verse is the third top-selling Blu-ray in according to the numbers.
So clearly the word's gone around, which is great.
Yeah. So, only behind Aquaman, and believe it or not, for 2019, the number one is Bohemian Rhapsody.
I believe it. That movie was huge.
It was good.
It was
I
alright.
really enjoyed it.
I didn't care for it. I didn't care for it, but people loved it, so good for them.
Yeah. Man, fucking gun to your head. What do you think? Do you think the rumor's real?
Yeah, I do. Gun to my head, but I wouldn't be surprised if I found out it wasn't real.
Okay. Right now, I think Jammer's phone is receiving signals or something because I heard the. So if you heard the, blame Jammer. Well, guess that's, man, yeah. I think we can wrap it up with just the Spider-Man rumor today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's hope Spidey makes $1 billion, ladies and gentlemen.
Good
if you
God.
enjoyed it,
These fucking cats, they like walk. Do you hear like the? That was them pushing the fucking door open, and then they come in and meowing and shit.
Oh. Well, anyways, as I was saying before I was so fucking rudely interrupted.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Yeah. If you guys like Spider-Man, let us know in the comments below. If you think this rumor is real, let us know in the comments below. And if you do think this rumor is real, make sure you get your ass back to the theaters a couple times to help make sure this movie makes $1 billion and we get to keep our Spider-Man at home where he belongs in the MCU. Make sure you guys are checking out LRMonline.com every single day for all your entertainment news needs. We cover everything from movies, TV shows, video games, comics. We got it covered, all of it. Make sure you guys are checking out the YouTube channel. Lots of really great things going up there. LR Mornings goes up there. For some reason, you can't do the podcast thing. Celebrity interviews. There's new stuff coming to YouTube in the future, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. And definitely be subscribed wherever you get podcasts from to the LRM Online Podcast Network. Amazing shows like LRM Ranks It, Breaking Geek Radio, the podcast, Los Fanboys, and of course, LR Mornings. Jammer, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at JamTheWriter and all my stuff at LRMOnline.com.
And you guys can find me at ThatKyleMalone on Twitter, as well as doing shit for the website LRMOnline.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Later.